Welcome to Landscaping with James. James is unable to make it today due to an appointment at the gallows. I'm sure it's temporary because the gallows closes at 2 a.m. when they run all the drunks out. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be shaping this tree into a living bonsai tree. Dysfunctional vet here with how to shape a tree for landscaping. If you know anything about bonsai trees, they have a unique shape and style. Now this is growing wild in the ground, and I'm going to go ahead and shape this into a bonsai tree. What we'll be doing is we'll be deciding which of these branches that we want to hang on to and keep, while at the same time we're going to start to physically rotate the tree so that it'll start to produce twists in the trunk, as well as take the main trunk here and start laying it down this way while bringing the branches off this way. In the Japanese literature on the subject, the tree has to have balance. So as the tree is tilting this way, the branches will be coming back off over here like so. So I've got a pair of Cindy Lauper, some scissors to cut my string with, and I will begin to twist this tree. I'm going to do as many rotations as I think I can get out of it. My method for doing that, which I'll show you after some of this branches and such have been cut away, you'll find is something that's very simple. Anybody with a PhD in physics can do. So let me get started on this, and we'll come back and visit this as we progress. Having trimmed mostly leaves off of this tree, you can see it's a little cleaner in here. I've tied the top here, and I've tied the center section there. Right now they're temporarily hooked just on a propane bottle to hold it. The next thing will be to determine which of these branches that we want to save. This one is a good one, so we're going to be wanting to bring a few of these back this way, and we're going to be wanting a few of these branches to be going this way. We have not yet, this branch could go back this way, or it could go this way. We could also take and rotate some of these branches so that they grow in a curve around the trunk. Now this is a really good branch to bring back, as is this one and this one right here. Bring this one low to accent this one, and this would be good. Now we have a post right behind me which will be good for tying this off. So we're going to start tying these branches off as they need to be done, and once we have that done, then we'll see what we can do. Now, trees are heliotropes, which means that they grow in the light. Trope, helio means sun, trope, plant, true food producer. This piece is going to try to curl up. There's no way around that. And a little bug right there, if you can see them. They're going to try to curl up. There's nothing you can do about that. But what we can do is we can start to put a curl in this later, which will require a little bit more work, a little more finesse. But for the moment, all we're going to do is stretch the branches back the other direction and trim some of this other stuff and start giving it that bonsai look. As you can see, the tree is still in the same profile as it was a moment ago. But now these branches have been tied down. You can see the tie right here. And you can see this tie right here. This one goes off to the post. These others are actually tied to the tree. And while this one is over here, I'll be working to bring it back to where it needs to be a little bit later. But as I begin to rotate this tree, these branches are going to try to change their apparent position. Again, the tops of these branches are going to seek the sun. There's no two ways about that. So this will be sort of a slow project. The next thing to do will be to trim off the branches that I do not want. And once I've done that, I'll show you the final product. Towards the end of the film, I will show you how I tie these. Now, as promised, this is just a simple overhand knot. Just a loop with a knot in the string and then pulled back through itself. When I come down here to this, what I do is I start the string low and I wrap over my string coming up. When I finally come around to where I've gotten up high enough that I think I have enough friction to hold this, I come through here, I come down, and then I put this simple overhand knot on it. If it comes loose, it's no big deal, nothing is lost. Right here is another simple overhand knot. Here you can see the overhand knot. See, it's just a loop with a knot in the string. Down at the bottom, because I'm coming up vertically so sharp, and this string is down at the bottom because I'm coming up vertically and the line is so tight to the tree, I make my loops, I come down, there's my bottom loop, and I start wrapping up the string, allowing the friction of the bark and the string to hold tension on the branch. When I get up to the top, I just pull it through. This way it allows me to loosen it, adjust the string as the need for additional pressure and direction becomes necessary. And this is how I've tied these knots. They're very simple. Like I say, if you have a PhD in Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, or tying knots, you can easily do this. Dysfunctional vet for James, who's unable to be here since he's at the gallows, out. Hey James, I didn't know you were back. I was doing your video because I thought you'd be hanging around at the gallows.